Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Local 4 Live. It is 9 a.m. here on a beautiful Friday. As you're looking live with Drone 4, you can see the Pink Cats are now in the Detroit River. This is the group that is doing a 1-mile loop here to raise money for Swim Across America, which helps fund cancer research and cancer care all across America. This is the Motor City edition, the Detroit edition here again in the Detroit River on Belle Isle. A beautiful day. As you can see, it's a very comfortable 70-so degrees. I'm going to let it count down. And the next wave is off, the next wave of swimmers again. So the backstory here is that each swimmer in the Detroit River has an opportunity to raise money either as part of a team or even as an individual. This year alone, they've raised $95,000 for cancer research, and the Detroit version of Swim Across America has been going in Detroit for 6 years. In totality, they've raised about $500,000 in all. So not too shabby numbers for an event that's only been going on 6 years. Again, in Detroit, it's been going on much longer than that throughout the rest of the country. In fact, Detroit is one of 25 cities hosting an event just like this, as you see the second wave of swimmers that are out there in the Detroit River. I do want to come back over here live to the ground right now. Tara is one of the folks who has a lot of experience with cancer, not only research, but as a patient herself. I'm going to bring you into the sunlight, if you don't mind, just a little bit so we can see your face, so we can see the swimmers behind us. And you have an entourage, but you guys can come on over here as well and look great in the background. Just don't step in the river unless you want to cool off a little bit. Tara, I want to ask you, you've got a lot of experience. You spent most of your time, there's still no sun on your face, is there? Come on this way. There we go. What's your story? You spent most of your time at the Rogel Center working as a clinician, right?
Yes, I'm an oncology nurse, and I had the wonderful opportunity to work in many different roles between my years of employment there. I learned so much from the talented and expert physician scientists who are conducting research with the funds that we've raised here today. And I learned about the importance of this research and the critical need for the research in it that propel and support advancements in medicine through their instruction, their education, the hard work that they did, as well as the other members of the interdisciplinary care team. I was responsible for working in the clinical research infusion unit with Jessica Pott there the last time. In my last, okay.
Oh, she's working.
Okay.
She's working.
In the last role that I served in at the Rogel Cancer Center prior to being recruited after finishing my master's degree in nursing to work in industry, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer, triple negative breast cancer in 2023.
So for those of us that don't understand, what does triple negative mean?
Okay, well, triple negative is a type of breast cancer, and it is one of the more aggressive types of breast cancer. And I've learned through the care that I provided as an oncology nurse and working in the clinical research unit and alongside those other clinicians I mentioned, as well as my patient experience, I've learned that there's still work to be done, and that's why this event is so important. All of us have been touched by cancer in some way or another, and I really care a lot about making sure that I do my part to advocate and to participate in these type of events that help to raise awareness, in addition to supporting the hard work that everyone is doing to make things better for our friends, loved ones, and our community. And
please forgive my kind of callous question, but when you get a diagnosis of such an aggressive form of cancer, what goes through your mind? And especially for somebody who knows exactly what the next months and years are going to look like.
For me, fortunately, I have practice with having those conversations with people or sitting in a clinical exam room when a clinician, a physician, or nurse practitioner or physician's assistant was having a discussion like that with the patient. And I honed the skills of meeting patients where they were at the time of their journey, at whatever point they were at in their journey. And so I was therefore able to pivot and direct all of the skills I acquired during my work experience inward to care for myself.
It had to be very difficult, though, because, we're working as a clinician to be able to work with patients, but then yourself, that's a totally different kind of conversation and feel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of conversation and feel, but I have been so fortunate to meet so many very talented people in the clinical care world, as well as meet some amazing patients. And the patients have taught me how to live well and also how to die well. Those patients are impressed upon my heart, and they have done, a great job of teaching all of us how to carry a lantern through the darkness that our loved ones and support system experience when they're trying to be caregivers. And speaking of caregivers, I want to just mention that all three of these individuals are individuals who have attended infusions with me. These two, Amy Lawsky and Jennifer Teeter, are teammates in my current role. There's another former colleague at Michigan Medicine who is not able to be here today, and others I wish that I could acknowledge too, but I just want to say that the role of the caregivers is really important, and Jeremiah was just at an infusion with me yesterday.
You've got a lot of love for these people.
And he's come all the way from Kauai to help participate in this.
You're from Hawaii? Wow, okay, we're gonna take a break real quick and let us camera show the next wave of swimmers that are heading out there. Tara, when you see all the people that are here to raise money for research and patient care, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very excited and happy to see that awareness is being raised in our community and that an event like this is being supported. I know there are many different types of events and fundraising efforts that are being done, but I understand too that with the work that needs to be done with regard to the advancements in medicine, that the clinical research is really important. And I love this event with Swim Across America because they make sure that the Rogel Cancer Center's clinical research team and organization is the direct recipient of all of the funds raised for this, and I'm just...
They'll use it the right way. Yeah.
Yes, and I know that those clinicians are incredibly passionate about the work they're doing to improve the quality of care for patients, and it makes me super excited and just very happy and joyful to see that we're celebrating people's lives in this way, whether it is through somebody who's courageously supporting a cancer survivor or someone who is honoring the memory of a cancer patient who has since passed. We're celebrating life. We're enjoying all the life that is to be lived beyond a diagnosis, because we know that cancer diagnoses don't define us.
Right. Speaking of, I have one last question for you. Where are you at in your treatment journey?
I am currently receiving treatment, and it is going very well. And my imaging, thank God, and thank the modern medicine and the support system, like the three behind us here, and others, my family and my care teams that I've been blessed to be connected with. I have no evidence of disease on my imaging, but we know that it takes approximately 1 million cancer cells to aggregate in order to show up on an MRI image. So that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a cancer cell in my body. So that's why I'm continuing to receive infusions to ensure that we're doing everything we can to treat any of those rogue cells from taking up residence on my otherwise healthy body.
Tara, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. And thank you for being out here. I'll tell you what, this has been an amazing, eye-opening experience for so many of us this morning. This is an event that's been going on, again, 6 years in the Detroit area, but not many people know about it. I'm trying to find the best way to get in the sun for photographer Eric. I'll just go over this way, Eric. Is that better? There we go. Shade is not good for photographers. Alrighty, so there's a lot more to come here on Local 4 Live. In just a moment, Priya Mann is going to take over the studio, give you your news headlines of the day, and then we'll bring you right back here to Belle Isle and Swim Across America so you can see all the amazing swimmers and people that are out here raising money for cancer research and patient care. We'll be back in just a moment on Local 4 Live.